Hi everyone, Sarah from Sarah Homfray Embroidery. Bit of an impromptu video today. I haven't really worked out what I'm going to say, but I thought this has just arrived in the post. So I thought I would unwrap it on the camera and we could have a little look at it together. It's something I have bought recently and I'm anxious to get it out of the bag just to see how it's been stored and what condition it's in. So just in case I need to do something with it. So I've got Ginger Cat helping me today, so I'm going to make sure he's not on it. So he might get moved in a minute, but I'm just going to open it very carefully. I was a little bit distraught to find that it came squished up with a rubber band around it in the post. So I hope that's not done any damage. So I'm going to get it out as quickly as I can and unfold it and make sure that it stays in a good condition and it's not all folded and scrunched up. So I'm just going to get it out the bag first. I'll do that very carefully. You don't need to see that. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so as I feared, everything is folded. So I'm going to unfold it all and get it out. Or it always makes me shiver when I see it all folded up. Oh no, don't fold it up. Okay, so I'm going to unfold them and get them out. There's a few things here. I only really wanted one thing and then it came with some extra things. One of them which I think is going to be pretty good and the others I don't know what they are. So I really don't know what I'm going to find completely in here. So let's get them all out, get them unfolded and we'll put them under the camera and we'll have a little look at them together. No, I'm not going to move, he says. Okay, so in no particular order. I'm going to unfold them all, I think, because it's making me really nervous that they're all folded. Oh, don't fold things. Right, we'll start with the thing that I actually wanted to buy, and then we'll look and see what else is in here. So, now this is a bit appropriate because it's a map. We have map things going on at the minute, so this is probably a good time just to mention Stitching Around the World. If you're watching this video as it's going live, if you're watching it 6 months time, that won't be relevant. But if you're watching it in July, beginning of July, we're taking videos for Stitching Around the World. They are coming in fairly consistently, but we would like some more. So if you're still thinking of doing it, you've got another week and a little bit, but don't leave it right to the end to get them in. Get them in now if you can, so we can get them all up and ready to go. So I'll put a link to, I'll put it at the end of this video, a link to how to join in and all the details you need to know for that. So do get your videos to us because it's a really great event. Okay, so I'm going to hold it to the front camera. It's a map sampler of a bit of Great Britain. Not all of Great Britain, most of Great Britain. Right, so it is very fragile condition. It's got quite a few holes in it. It's been folded right across the middle. And I don't quite know, it's quite brittle, which means it's not been really well looked after. The fabric's gone a little bit brittle, it's lost its sort of substance and it just ends up a bit kind of like a bit papery. So I'm not sure how to get the creases out, but we might just put it under some tissue paper and just put something on top of it and try and flatten it out a little bit. So we're going to have it a little closer look. I'm going to put it under this camera here. Okay, so we're literally looking at this together for the first time, so I'm going to have a little look over it. So some very, very, very fine chain stitch. I was hoping a little bit that this might be chenille. A lot of these old map samplers, they used chenille thread. I don't know why they used that on these samplers, but they would outline the counties in the chenille thread, but it isn't that. It's very fine chain. No, you can't sit on it. Ooh, sorry, matey. Can't sit on it. So it's a very fine chain stitch, several rows of it, super fine. So I'm wondering if that's been done with a hook rather than a needle, but I don't know. And then we've got the names of the counties, and I thought it might be interesting to date this. There isn't a date on it, but maybe we could have a look at it and do a little bit of research and see what the counties were at particular times, and that might tell us, because there are some that I don't kind of recognise as being a county today. So we've got these stitched on. Okay, good. Jonathan's behind the camera and he's found Jonathan's lap, so that's fine. We can spread out a little bit now. So the names of the counties have been stitched on. This is super, super fine stitching. I'm going to have to get something and look through it because I can't see it. Can't see how it's stitched. If those are cross stitches, they are the smallest cross stitches I've ever seen. So we'll have a little peer at that. And obviously where it's creased, it's damaged and the lettering's come out, which is a real shame. Some of the lettering's disappeared. Some of it's very readable. Some of it you can work out because I know the what Great Britain looks like. And for some reason, great big hole in the middle, which is a shame. I think that's had something dropped on it, and whatever it is has rotted the fabric. And we've got the English Channel down here. I'm guessing this is Guernsey, Jersey. What's the other one?
Alderney, Sark.
Was only 3.
No, Alderney and Sark.
Oh, was that one island?
No.
That 2 islands? Yeah, well, there's only 3 islands.
Oh, right, I missed one then.
So, yeah, Jersey, Guernsey and Alderney or Sark. Don't know which. France, have just squeezed a bit of France in there. Beachy Head. And it's a real shame that this writing isn't still there, because I have a feeling this might have said maybe a date on it. I don't know, maybe, oh, if I lift it up, I can just see the size that some lettering was there. So I'll see if I can get some sort of light on that and have a look. So I'll try and see what this said, because I think this is the details of maybe who made it and when they made it. So we'll see if we can work out what that is. But what really attracted me to this were these beautiful flowers, and they go all the way around the edge of this. And the colours are still pretty good. If I look on the back, they're not bad. Considering the state of the rest of it, I'm quite surprised that the colours have stayed that strong on it. But they're beautiful, and they look like they've been done in a silk thread. They look recognisable. It's like a little pansy here. So those are really beautiful, and I have looked at a previous sampler in another video, and we had some beautiful flowers on that one as well. So might maybe there's a video coming out of that, don't know. So these gorgeous flowers around it. The colour of it is quite disturbing. I'm pretty sure it's not this colour. It would have been much lighter, so I don't know why it's gone this horrible colour. But it is quite incredible. These silk flowers have lasted as well as they have, so I don't know why that would be. Isle of Man, Anglesey, Carnarvon Bay, Ireland. Over to the left here, St George's Channel. Jonathan and I sailed down St George's Channel recently. Part of Scotland. Not part of Ireland or part of France. Ireland and France, and part of Scotland. So the very bottom bit there. So whoever it was didn't want to do Scotland. So quite pleased with that. I love those flowers, they're stunning. There's a little bit of research I can be doing on that. I do like to do a bit of detective work. If you've watched my channel and seen some of my other videos on this theme, I quite like having a look into things and seeing what they maybe they were made of, or when they were made, or some little bit more information. And I think with a map we've got a good chance of finding out maybe when this was. So if you have any knowledge along those lines, do jump in the comments below and let me know about the counties. I'll actually think I'll put some pictures on my social media, on my Instagram page and my Facebook page. So if you want a closer look at it and you want to have a little go and say what you think you can find out about it, that would be awesome. Do join in and see what we can learn about that. So that is my map sampler. I'm quite pleased with that. Slightly worried about the condition though, so just move that over there. And let's have a little look at what else came in the package. So this was the other thing. It was a bit of a tag on the end. It said embroidery and I think and other needlework. It just said, and there were loads of pictures of the map, and then this one was at the end, and I thought, oh, that's really interesting. What's that? So this lovely old sampler, 1815, so this does have a date on it. It's got lots of initials on it, and I think this might be Dutch. And the reason I say that is the colours are quite Dutch. If you look at some Dutch samplers online, they're often these sort of paler colours, these more muted colours, and the other reason I think it might be Dutch is because it's got all these darning samples on the bottom, and the Dutch love their darning samples. But I think these are just beautiful. I really love these little darning samples here. So you're just weaving some threads through the original fabric and you make a new pattern with it. And it was obviously meant for filling in holes and repairing things originally, but they kind of become a skill of its own, and you can make all these different patterns with it. And it's got them all across the bottom, and they're quite hard to get darning samplers, and I thought this was beautiful, and well worth having with the map sampler as well. It's got a little bit of stitching around the bottom as well. It's beautiful leaves, these lovely darning samples. It's got this date on it. Now it's got these initials on it. So this is like a family tree here. And if you saw my video on the Scottish sampler, they love to put the initials of their family in, which makes it absolutely great if you're researching it. You can find one person, you can check everybody else. But you're going to need that first person to start with. And there isn't a first person on here. It's just initials and a date, so I've got no idea what the chances are of finding this, but if you can get some idea, then you've got all these initials of the family as well that you can check it off with. So there's again potential there for a little bit of investigation. It's got beautiful alphabets, lots of different alphabets. It's TUVWX, so no Y in it. So you've got an I, HI, J. Yeah, right. So it has the J missing. So that's always a good sign that it's authentic from when the date is. Lots of little crowns. It's got a little number up here and a number written in the corner. So lots to have a look at on that one and see what we can find out about that. Let's have a look at the back. Always like a look at the back just to see the colours. Ah, right. Okay. So. Not faded too much actually. Not too bad. Again, been folded, so I have to try and get those creases out. And the black is always interesting. I've mentioned this before, but very hard to make a really black thread. The only way they could do it was to do to over dye another colour with some iron, and then the iron has this horrible effect of sort of bleeding into the fabric. It kind of rots things really, so it's not great. So you can see that's happened here with the black, and it's just kind of just spreading out into the fabric a little bit. So I'm quite pleased with that as an extra thing. That's in pretty good condition. I love these darning samplers, so I think that might be something I'll look at next. I might do some little darning samples. So quite pleased with that. So 2 fantastic samplers there, and I've got some more stuff. And I don't really know what the more stuff is. I'm going to put that on top of there for now. So no particular order. I don't know what this is. It's a bit of sort of woven damask pattern. I don't even know what you'd call that. It's not embroidered, and it's got this very heavy edging lace around it that almost looks metallic. I'm thinking that might have shone beautiful gold colour around there, and it's got some velvet on the back. Maybe it's just a mat to put things on. So another little sampler, obviously much more modern this one, but it looks, it's a little book cover. Show it to the front camera. Sampler on the front, little book cover. So this was obviously something that maybe somebody did at school and you practiced on the front, and maybe you did your lessons in a book inside. Cute little stitches on it. That's quite nice. And then the last thing we have is another kind of mat. I guess just went on a dresser or something like that. And this one looked quite interested in the pictures because I saw these little roses and thought they might be silk ribbon roses. They're not, they're stitched ones. So they are woven wheels in quite a thick thread, probably silk. Looks a bit like silk. We do have videos on woven wheels, tons of videos woven wheels. And some big knots here, presuming French knots, some satin stitch, these little bows all the way around, and these little motifs, so that's quite sweet. Not sure about the colours, maybe that's a bit 1960s, 70s, 1960s maybe. Oh, let's have a look on the back, because obviously different colours on the back. Ah, right, it's a bit better. The blue. So these knots would have been blue. Green's a little bit green, and this is the same colour. And the rose is a little bit more pink. So it's faded a little bit. So obviously somebody's had a little bit of use out of it. So I'll just hold that up to there. You can see that creased. So that's quite a fun little haul. I'm very excited about my samplers, not so much about the other stuff, but you know, that was a good bargain, I think, that I got those two samplers together. So there's some more work to be done on those. I love my investigating, so I'm going to put my investigator's hat on and I'm going to see what else I can find out about those. So we might make another video. We'll come back to these and do something and have a little bit of a closer look with these ones when I've had time to look at them a little bit more closely. So I'm going to go and get these wrapped up and stored a little bit better. I might just put some weights on them, leave them laid out and put something on top to see if we can get those creases out a little bit better, so I can store those in some acid-free tissue paper and protect them so they don't get any worse. Don't forget, Stitching Around the World, I'll put the video up for that up here. If you want to join in that and see how to do that, do pop along and check all the details with the link to send it to. We would love to see your videos. Thanks for watching, everybody. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.